No, I just want to ask, like everybody's been talking about that it was bottled. Do you think Arsenal bottled it? Is it time to just say they bottled it, or is it just they played above their weight class for 30 of the 38 weeks and it finally caught up to them?
Bro, I think honestly, I'm gonna say they bottled it. Because here's
Okay.
why. So there was the two games. There was the Liverpool match, and I think it was West Ham. I could be wrong, but I know it was Liverpool that they had the two goals and they let them bounce back. And then I think it was the week after. I'm not sure if it was West
It was the
Ham,
week after.
but it was the week after, and it was another situation where they drew against a team that they should have beat. And I feel like if they would have picked up those 6 points, they would have been in a position where they still could have dropped off. Like some of these other games that they've dropped off in, like that would have been like more acceptable if they would have won the games that they should have won. Like Nottingham Forest yesterday, they should have won. So I feel like that is an example of them bottling it. A few others are examples of them just losing games because they didn't have depth. But like yesterday and Liverpool and let's just say West Ham or whoever it was, those
It
2 weeks.
was. It was Liverpool that they drew, then it was West Ham the week after, and then it was Southampton that they drew to for a third week in a row.
Okay, they
So there was
bottled it.
a
They
there was a
bottled
run
it.
of 3 games in a
They
row.
bottled it. There's no excuse. Like with those games, well, Liverpool could be an excuse, but West Ham and Southampton, your
Yeah.
team, no, no, no. You should have picked up those points. And you had Liverpool in the bag and you should have picked up those points. I mean,
Yeah.
we know what it looks like. We've seen it. They're young. He's young, the manager, but yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
they blew it. They blew it. It's not like, yeah, they blew it. They blew it.
Yeah.
They
Okay, yeah, yeah. That means to
That's
your
how I
point, they
feel.
also they not only did they lose to Nottingham last night, yesterday, but then the week before that they lose to Brighton 3-0. You can't beat Newcastle, who's top four 2-0, and then lose to Brighton 3-0, and then lose to Nottingham Forest 1-0, and still
Yeah.
think you're gonna become champions.
Yeah.
You're not gonna win anything if those are the way that you win your games. So yeah, I'm with you. It's a really sad to see. To your point, I would have liked to see them get beat to the title. I didn't like it's like they beat themselves to the title, if that makes, or
Yes.
from the title, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Lose to Man City, fine.
That's fine.
But don't lose to Nottingham. Don't draw 3 in a row, to Southampton, to West Ham, and to Liverpool. But to your point, Liverpool is a little bit more excusable, but they were up 2-0, which makes
Well,
it
that's the thing.
inexcusable.
Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah, it's the yeah. When if you watch the game and see the manner by which they drew, it's unacceptable. But if you
Exactly.
just saw a
Yeah.
result, Arsenal Liverpool 2-2, that's fine. But not when you had a 2 goal advantage and you couldn't see it out.
Yeah.
I'm sick. Well, I'm sick for you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's hard because I've been thinking back on the season and like, oh, did they win the games they should have won? And I'm like, yeah, they won every London Derby, but I'm like, no, they didn't. They had needed Reece Nelson to come off to beat Nottingham. Then they lost to them the second time they played them. You know, they it's kind of sickening when you think it's every year though. The same thing as last season. It's like they needed one win in like the
Make
last
your
three
up.
or four games to get
Couldn't
it.
do it.
Yeah, couldn't do it. So yeah, to your point, they're all young. Arteta's young. I feel like I am upset. I think Arteta's a great coach, but I am upset with how he's treating this Reece Nelson. You've got Reece Nelson. There you go. Saka's the man. I hope that he stays. But you gotta use Reece Nelson more. You can't keep putting him in the 88th minute and
Yeah.
expect him to win you a game every time. He's been with you since youth. He knows the system. He knows
Yeah.
these players that he's playing with. Put this guy in. I mean, it's Trossard is good, but give those chances to Reece Nelson every once in a while. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
a bit upsetting to me, but whatever. It is what it is.
It is, but yeah, I mean, I agree with you. I mean, Reese is proven. Well, even
Proven.
is Nketiah injured?
No, he came in last night.
Did he come in yesterday?
I don't know. Yesterday, yeah.
Well, I mean, they have. I mean, I guess I mean, once they started draw, I'm not gonna lie to you. After they drew those 3 games, and then City beat them, I was like, it's over.
Done. Yeah.
So I
Well,
kind of
yeah.
I kind of stopped watching. Be honest with you, I kind of stopped watching. Like this time of the season is really weird for me because I kind of stopped watching.